Whew. Do you know, I did that much moving around and fannying about on my last video. And to be fair, today I just wanted to get out and just relax. So if you don't mind, this video is mainly going to be me sat down telling you about this new product that I have found, and it's a game changer for whenever you're cooking over the fire. So stick around and let's see what is new on the market. Hi everyone and welcome to another video with Birchwood Bushcraft. I'm Matt, and today we'll be looking into a new product released from a website that you may have heard of but you may not, because they're not new on the scene, but they're just building up a bit more popularity and viewership online now, and that is Forest Fundamentals. Now if you are part of the Facebook group Living to Learn, you'll know a guy called Joe Price, and he has co-founded and helped set up Forest Fundamentals, and it's fantastic. Some of the stuff on there is absolutely incredible. I think it's because it's made by outdoors people for outdoors people. They know what they want and what they kind of miss when they're outdoors, so they make it. And the thing that I want to share with you today is the Trail Grip bottle and pot hanger. Now this is absolutely incredible. Let me show you this. Now most of us will have, for hanging bottles and cups over the fire, we'll have maybe a chain or paracord, or sometimes just going out and whittling a wooden pot hanger is absolutely great. That's fantastic. There's no problem doing that at all. However, you always seem to need something different depending on the type of pot or bottle you have out with you. So for example, using a wooden pot hanger is absolutely fine, but it requires a bail arm on the pot, just like it does on this bush pot. But as we know, not all containers come with a lid. I had to put this piece of metal around this kidney bean shaped pot because I didn't have anything to suspend it off. Now you can put it next to the fire, that's great, but as we all know, sometimes we will want to be able to suspend it over the fire for cooking. So there's that many containers going around all requiring a different method of suspension above a fire, but not anymore. Get in nice and close here so you can see exactly what we're working with. So the Trail Grip is made out of a series of strong metal cables with these metal sliders in different areas to allow it to grip to any shaped container. So if I show you on a nice straightforward one, so here we have a aluminium bottle from Alpkit, and obviously I would remove the lid if I was putting it over the fire. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the top of the bottle into here and just slowly tighten the wire around it. Okay, so you can now see that that's not going anywhere, and all that is these metal sliders going tighter, and you can loosen it up very easily. There's no knots, okay, but you can see I can make that as big as I want to and then close it over. Okay, so now you've got your pot suspending, okay, and if I just show you, so then we get to this top bit. Now this is fantastic. I don't know what you would call this mechanism, but it reminds me a bit like a cable tie. So you pull this end through and it locks that in place, okay, so that's not going anywhere. Okay, so I can pull it down a bit more. Okay, and again, that's not going anywhere. So it goes, if you want it higher, you can feed it in from here. Okay, if you want to tighten it up, you can feed it down here. Now when I first got this, I thought, hang on, I want more than that, so how do I get this running again back through? But if you press down on that bit, so it's a bit like a cable tie, but being able to undo it when you want to. Okay, and the same with this other side, being able to pull that through. So yeah, I don't know what to call this top bit, but it's incredible. You have full control over the height of your bottle over the fire, and it's very easily done. There's no kind of having to mess around with chains and wrapping them around the sticks. Now I love a chain. I use a chain currently for my pots because I'm always using the same pot with the same hanger, but being able to just have this, and it's very versatile, being able to carry something that will attach to anything. So let me show you with something else. So yeah, that's the kind of a top section. Like I said, a bit like a cable tie, but being able to undo it. But once it locks in place, it's not going anywhere. So let me show you with another size bottle. So I'm just going to loosen those up just like that, dead easy. So I'll show you with a bigger pot now. Okay, now this one does have a bail arm, so if I wanted to, I could just use a wooden pot hanger that I could whittle, but just in case we didn't have a bail arm, so again, all I'm just going to do is adjust the size of that bottom circle under the lip, if you will, and then tighten it all up. Okay, and then once that's tightened up, there you can see it's suspended. So I think anything with a lip, I mean, it's not even catching underneath the lip, so it's just there by a friction, but you'd want a lip just to make sure it is nice and secure. But yeah, so there you go. There you have a slightly bigger one, and these aren't going to snap at all, so it doesn't matter how much kind of like weight you're putting on within reason. You can give this a good wiggle round. Okay, it's not coming off. Now the true test is in the funny looking pots, because both the bottle and the pot that I've shown you are nice and circular, but what about if we have these ones? Now these are the kind of kidney bean shaped ones. Now originally, I'm just going to take it off, but originally when I did use this one, I had to make a piece of metal, or shape a piece of metal into the kidney bean lid, so that had something to suspend the chain off, and then I had to do loads of funny things with my chain to be able to suspend it. Okay, but yeah, so here we have again, this is a titanium pot that was given to me by a friend, but these are very similar to, is it the Russian canteens? Yeah, you get a few kind of like looking like this. So let's see. So no bail arm, no kind of rings for suspension, but with a trail grip, that's not an issue. So again, I'm simply just going to place the bottom ring under the rim, tighten it up, and again, I'm just pushing those sliders to tighten up. That's all it is. Okay, and there you have it. And you can see that as long as you get those sliders like on each side, it's level as well. There's no kind of like, it's not tipping over to one side. It is completely level and sturdy. So that's fantastic. So you see the full thing there. So I think that's a real challenge is funny shaped ones. So like I said, as long as it's got a lip, which most of them do, you can fit this to anything. So like I said, I normally take out it's the Pathfinder cup, which doesn't have a bail arm, but I have one of those, I think they call fish mouth or something like that, fish mouth pot hangers. So it's a bit of a circle, and it's like two metal kind of prongs that come down and hook under the lip, but the Pathfinder one actually has holes for it. So I use that with a chain, so I'm taking two things out to be able to suspend that pot if I want to. Sometimes I just put it straight in the fire, and like I said, that's absolutely fine, but other times I do like to suspend the cubs. So that's the one that I normally take out, and like I said, having to take out two things for it if I do want to suspend it over the fire. I do use this bush pot for longer kind of adventures that we go on. I was taking this to the Arctic. This one does have a bail arm on, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, just being able to all the different things. But then a water bottle doesn't have any handles or any bail arm to suspend it from, so I'm not going to put that into the fire because it's going to be harder to grip it, to get it back out without spilling or without the top on. So being able to have something again, so a chain wouldn't do this because the only thing that has a D-ring is the lid. But as we all know, I'm not going to boil my water in there with the lid on because I'm going to create a a pressure cooker bomb. So yeah, being able to have something that will do anything and everything that you take out, not having to worry about, oh, do I need to take my chain out, do I need to take that fish mouth thing out, or do I need to take something else out. You can just take one thing and everything's sorted. Even if someone else wants to borrow it for their cooking, it doesn't matter what they've got, you know that it's going to fit theirs. So like I said, you can tell it's been made by someone who is in the outdoors regularly and has found something that maybe they struggle with, so has made something to fix that problem. So this is what I mean by, you can really tell that a lot of effort's gone into it, a lot of thinking time over what the problems are for outdoors people, bushcrafters, whatever you want to call them, and coming up with solutions to those kind of everyday problems in the woods. But yeah, so easy. So, and let me show you how it attaches to a bipod or tripod or a stick across the fire. So we've got our kidney bean pot suspended, and the other thing I first thought was, well, hang on, if I've got a bipod set up already, I don't want to be taking it off to kind of loop one in, but you can actually take out the whole end, wrap it over, and then just push it through, and it locks straight away. You see that? Yeah, it locks straight away, so it's really handy. So this is what I mean, you can adjust it up and down however much you need. It's just so easy, so straightforward. And then just releasing it again, pushing those kind of like little buttons down to get it to its longest length there. So the trail grip bottle and pot hangers from Forest Fundamentals, go and check them out, they're absolutely fantastic. And whilst you're on the website, have a look at some of the other kit that they've got on, because it, like I said, it's made by outdoors people for outdoors people. There's some other things on there which are just game changers to the outdoor world and just make it so much easier. So yeah, and by the way, I'm not affiliated with Forest Fundamentals at all, I'm just an admirer of their products. So yeah, no money from them at all for this review. I was just amazed and wanted to share. So yeah, tell me if you've heard of them, or if you've got any other products that you want me to review, or any that you've seen and used yourself that you want me to have a look at as well. We'll see you on the next video. Take care.